Just a few days ago, our nation was horrified to hear the accounts coming out of abortionist Kermit Gosnell's abortion facility in Philadelphia. We learned that this abortionist was delivering children, that they had been born, and that he was stabbing their necks with scissors and severing their spinal cord in late abortion procedures. We also learned of the women who had been killed by his botched abortion procedures, and we read happily that he was going to be convicted for these crimes and that the people worked with him would also be prosecuted for these crimes against women and children. And yet my heart breaks for the children who are not being protected, who across the country are also being killed by abortionists in state after state, in our own communities sometimes, in our own neighborhoods. In my city of San Jose, where I was raised, the abortion clinic is across the street from a YMCA and a children's daycare. There are children being killed there and in other clinics as young as 4 weeks old, 10 weeks old, 15 weeks old, and many of us turn a blind eye to it or just go around about our lives. But let us be just as outraged by these deaths of these children, just as we are by the death of the children that Kermit Gosnell killed. Let us fight for their rights and for their lives, just as we care deeply about the lives that were taken by Kermit Gosnell. This weekend marks the anniversary of that Supreme Court decision, Roe v. Wade, from 1973, which effectively legalized abortion in our country, which made abortion somehow a constitutional right, even though the right to life is the founding principle of our country. Let's stand up for life this weekend, and as we rally on coast to coast, as millions gather together across our country, from the West Coast to the East Coast, from the Walk for Life in San Francisco to the March for Life in Washington, D.C., let's commit to not only stand up one day a year, to not only be an advocate and a voice one day a year, but every day, each year, until we see an end to this injustice. Let's commit ourselves again to stand up for the lives of these unborn children, to stand up for the mothers that have been lied to and the mothers that are killed also by abortion. Let's make a stand each day in our communities, in our churches, at our schools, and never stop until every life in America is protected again.